On the other hand, we each of us buy 1,001 things. And it's perfectly understandable, therefore, that we devote far more attention and far more interest to the way we get our income than to the measures that affect how we spend it. But unfortunately, this backward art of spending money leads to erroneous views in many directions, and not only in the area of the tariff and of protection. For example, public discourse tends to be carried out in terms of jobs, as if a great objective was to create jobs. Now, that's not our objective at all. There's no problem about creating jobs. You can create any number of jobs in having people dig holes and fill them up again. Do we want jobs like that? No. Jobs are a price. We have to work to live. Whereas if you listen to the terminology, you would think that we live to work. Now, some of us do. There are workaholics as there are alcoholics, and some of us do live to work. But in the main, what we want are not jobs. We want productive jobs. We want jobs which will enable us to produce the goods and services we consume at a minimum expenditure of effort. In a way, the appropriate national objectives is to have the fewest possible jobs. That is to say, the least amount of work for the greatest amount of product. In the international trade area, the language is almost always about how we must export. And what's really good is an industry that produces export. And if we buy from abroad and import, that's bad. But surely that's just upside down as well. What we send abroad, we can't eat, we can't wear, we can't use for our houses. The goods and services we send abroad are goods and services not available to us. On the other hand, the goods and services we import, they provide us with TV sets we can watch, with automobiles we can drive, with all sorts of nice things for us to use. The gain from foreign trade is what we import. What we export is the cost of getting those imports. And the proper objective for a nation, as Adam Smith put it, is to arrange things so we get as large a volume of imports as possible for as small a volume of exports as possible.